So here's the final point. Here's the life application part. How do we bring this all together, right? As parents, our goal for teenagers is that we want our teens to be striving to grow every single day. They're not going to grow in the same ways every single day. Some days it's going to be socially, some days it's going to be mentally, some days emotionally, sometimes physically, spiritually. And just like those of us adults, not all of that happens every day all the time. It's really cool when 2 or 3 of those things happens at once. We usually call that an epiphany. But those epiphanies are few and far between. And it's more important to focus on the good things and the good growth that's happening in little bite-sized pieces every single day, so that you can stay in that nurturing parent ego state, so that you can continue that active listening, so that you can open and continue to build that trust and build a strong, healthy relationship with your teenagers, where not only are they acting and reacting the way that you hope they will in situations, but that they're open enough and trust you enough to come talk to you when they don't know how to act or react in a healthy way. Teens are learning to thrive, not just survive. That's why you're here. And because of that, we have to realize that they need to love the process of growth and learning just as much as the outcome, right? We're not looking for perfection right off the bat. We're not looking for this to happen overnight, because once again, this is about consistency over time. And then all of a sudden, once that consistency happens and they're like, oh, I'm comfortable with this routine, their brain is going to start releasing dopamine and serotonin. Their hormones are going to start fluctuating in new, different, exciting, healthy ways that are less based on the teen hormones and more based on, hey, this is a thriving adult in a healthy situation hormones. The best way to get your teens to start thriving is to give yourself permission to keep growing. If you decide that you know it all and you're done growing, then your teen is going to think that's as far as they can grow too. And yeah, I said grow instead of go, because we don't go through things. We grow through them if we choose to see what is the benefit of each situation that we're in. So as you're growing through this with your family, with your teenagers, just know that it's going to be a struggle for everyone. Some days it'll be a struggle for you. Some days it'll be a struggle for them. Some days it'll be a struggle for both of them. And on those days, that's when you drop into your nurturing parent ego state. You go into coach mode and you give them the challenge of finding a better way. Hey, I see us not getting along. I'm frustrated and overwhelmed today. I see you're overtired and hungry. Maybe we should just take a break from each other. I know I don't usually like you hanging out in your room, but do you want to go read and I'm going to go over here? Like, I'll do this, you do that. Or, hey, I see that like there's too many cooks in the kitchen right now. Did you want to make dinner for everybody? That'd be great. I'll just let you do it. Like, I'd love to see how much you've learned. Give new options that don't include you being all over each other all the time. And the best way the very best way to get them to grow is to give yourself permission to believe that you are capable of growth and then modeling that behavior, right? Giving them grace and giving yourself grace as often as possible. So as we close this series, I just want you to repeat something after me. You can put this on your mirror, you can put it on your phone and set an alarm to remind you, but I want this to be something that you repeat to yourself on a regular basis for the next week or maybe 10 days. If you still love it after that, keep it going. But this is something that I find very helpful and that should support you as you move forward. So repeat after me. Today, I have the freedom to choose better. I know that each choice that I make is mine alone. I can regain control even when I step into old patterns. And the same goes for you. See, here we're giving ourselves permission to make better choices for our lives. We know and we're reminding ourselves that we are in control of those choices and no one else is responsible for our choices but us. We're also reminding ourselves that we are strong enough to take our power back even in those moments when we lose control and slip into old patterns, because that's going to happen. Remember, it's not about perfection, clearly. It's about progress. So when you slip into those bad habits, when you slip into those old patterns, remind yourself with grace and understanding that you can take that power back and make a better choice. And then Say that to someone else. Say that to your teenager, your spouse, the other people you're doing life with. Say to them, not only am I capable of all of these things, but I believe that you are too. Empower them to make better choices, to take ownership of their choices, to be accountable for their choices, and to fix the situation when they step into something uncomfortable or unhealthy. Thank you so much for trusting me through this. If you liked it, if you want more content like this, check out my page. I have a TikTok, Legit Sarah Jane. I have a website, legitsarahjane.com, and I have an app in the Apple and Google store, Legit Sarah Jane. I don't know if you've met me, but I'm Legit Sarah Jane. And if you're interested in finding out more about this book series, digging a little deeper into the community side of things, or learning any of the other lessons that I have to teach, head over to the app and download the All Access subscription, where you get community, coaching, all the things that you want. I love you, and I'm so glad you're here. You are already awesome. You are just going up from here. Goodbye.